Time to face the music. I have Apple streaming on my phone. I can go on YouTube, but vinyl has spun its way back into my heart. I recommend that you start buying vinyls right now if you haven't, for your happiness, just for the nostalgia, the connection that you feel with the music is gonna be worth it. Check it out.
Mike Moses said he like that conscious shit.
Yo, it's your boy Mike. People have always had an intimate connection with music. It evokes emotion, and the stronger those feelings are, the closer you are to the music. You know, you remember who you were or what was going on around that time. The engagement that I have actually purchasing the vinyl, bringing it home, sliding it out, putting it on my album player, pressing that start-stop button, let the needle press, and you hear that little grainy sound before the record plays, it does something for me. Buying vinyl records is totally worth it, purely just based on the experience that it gives you. Whether you're going to Walmart or Target and you check out the vinyl section and you see an old album that you grew up on, you're like, oh man, I want to get that. I want to add that to my collection. It's kind of like somebody who wears Jordans. Owning it and just having something that's not accessible to everybody. Anybody can sign up for streaming. They can listen to any song, but not everybody can play that vinyl record. And if you like to collect stuff and you like to have a full experience to just, how can I say this? It's kind of like you can go eat fast food and you can get your fill, but a nice home cooked meal, the experience is just better. I had that realization a couple years ago, like, dang, like I really just listen to the same songs over and over. The reason why is because it makes me happy. It makes me happy. Now, I've been listening to the same albums for 20 years now. I'm not like, I don't ever see me getting tired of listening to the Blueprint. I'm never gonna get tired of listening to the College Dropout. I'm never gonna get tired of listening to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, or Get Lifted by John Legend, or Victory Lap. I'm never gonna get tired of listening to J. Cole, Forest Hills Drive, or XXXTentacion's Question Mark album. I'm never gonna get tired of listening to Jhené Aiko's Sailed Out album, like ever. Like I love that album. I'll play it till the needle breaks. I'm never gonna get tired of coming back to the crib and playing some Mac Miller on vinyl late at night or even early in the morning. Like, I'll never get tired of listening to the albums that I purchase because I'm only purchasing albums that I truly love. I used to make fun of my parents all the time for listening to the same old songs over and over. I believe the word is oldies but goodies. They would listen to the same stuff and I'm like, man, why don't you listen to the new stuff? Why don't you listen to this new music? The funny part is the new music that I was listening to were nothing but samples of what they grew up on. That experience that you had when you first heard the music, when you have an album that you listen to the first time, and as you get older and older, you realize it's a classic album, and the engagement that you have putting on your album player, but that rediscovery of listening to songs that you grew up on, it's an experience that if you're not currently enjoying, I highly recommend. Every album that I have, I could easily stream. There's a difference though. I love when company comes over and I'm like, hey, pick an album. Now, no matter what album they pick, I'm gonna love it because I only buy my favorite classic albums. It's like a win-win, you know what I'm saying? When you wake up in the morning and you wanna start your day, you can just throw on one of your favorite classic albums. It really does something for me. And I'm sure if you were listening to this right now, you have that same connection with music. Listening to music on your phone, yeah, it makes you happy. Plug it into your car, you got your Bluetooth, it's cool, right? There's a whole nother level of experience that brings me back to my childhood. I have a connection with all these albums. It just takes me back to a certain time. Now, people be like, oh, well, what's the difference between vinyl and digital? All right, so I'm not gonna front and be like, oh, when you listen to a vinyl, it sounds better, you get a more full experience. Sonically, I'm not there, right? Sonically, I'm not there. Maybe somebody could point out like, oh, listen to it on here, and then listen to here, you'll hear different melodies or tones or beats. But engagement of the whole purchasing experience, copying a limited edition, you know, you got a red album, a pink album, a blue album, owning it, and then you can hand it down to somebody. You can sell it to somebody. So they have brain imaging studies that show that music actually hits like the pleasure part of our brain. It makes you happy. It makes you happy and it brings you back to a special place or a special time. Go get your favorite album on vinyl. It'll make your day, start your morning the right way. It could be a great nightcap for you. If you're entertaining people at your house or your apartment, or you're a hipster, or you just want to hop on the trend. If you have a favorite album that you remember when you were a kid, like, oh man, I used to love listening to that song. Like, when you're young, the emotions and the feelings that you have, they stick with you. I mean, you're experiencing your first loves, your first breakup, your first, party, your first time understanding what a bar was when you heard a rapper rap about something, right? Those feelings stick with you for a long time, and that's why the music that you listen to when you're like the age of like 14 to 24, those songs, that music is gonna stick with you for a long time. Go get you a vinyl. There's a reason that people still listen to albums today. The vinyl record is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. The sales are going up. Invest in yourself. The oldies but goodies that I have are my favorite hip hop classic albums. Another great thing about buying vinyl albums is they don't produce millions of them. The most popular albums that everybody loves, that everybody recognizes as classics, usually they're sold out. So if you can buy it, or you can find it, or you can trade somebody, get it, hold on to it, enjoy it, and then at some point in time, the value is probably going to increase, especially if they don't make them anymore. Whether you collect vinyls now or you're gonna start collecting vinyls, leave a comment down below. Let me know exactly what would be the very first album that you would buy out of all the amazing albums in the world. I highly recommend it. You'll be super happy. Bring back those memories. It's your boy Mike. Don't forget, look both ways before you cross the street. When in doubt, pull out. And if it don't fit, don't force it.